Fellas, I want to accomplish a couple things here with this video. I want to talk about 4th versus 5th gens and share the view with you here on Scenic Drive. A place called Hell's Canyon. I got Benny with me. He's a co-pilot for the day, so if you hear him talking to himself, excuse him. Just for the curious ones, what's that kid in the background? That's Benny. He's a good co-pilot. Anyways, so 4th gens versus 5th gens. Okay, I'm gonna share my experience with you guys. This is a good part of the channel, my experience. And if you're new to the channel, we run quite a few of the 4th gens and 5th gens. A little bit more 5th gens than the 4th gens now because they're getting old, and we've retired several of them. And with a little bit of crappy history with the 5th gens, we kind of got rid of a few of the 22s, and here we are. I get often asked the question of what should you do, what shouldn't you do with these 5th and 4th gens, guys. Let's talk about the obvious, right? If you're a long-time viewer, you never heard me talk ill about the 4th gens. They have their little issues, but they're so minor compared to what these trucks do for you. Here, by the way, let me see if I can fix this. 4th gen, right? Look at that, 506,000 miles on the clock. Nothing but good things to say. What I was saying, long-time viewers remember, they don't remember anything ill about the 4th gens. You know, a little issue here and there, and here it comes around 22, and well, actually 19, I kind of struggled with the 19s and 20s. They had their fuel and their oil, meaning their fuel pumps and their oil consumption was pretty bad on the 19s and 20s. And as they warm in, they got significantly better, but they're still there. Oil consumption is still there on the 19s and 20s. 21s and 22s, unless you goose that thing, the oil level doesn't really move on it. But the 4th gens, why is it that Paul never spoke ill of the 4th gens? Did he really not have issues with them? Guys, what are the known issues of the 4th gens? The rocker panel wiring. What else? You know, a little Y on the radiator. So the 13s and 14s had that Y on the radiator, dual radiator, and then with these signals, so no more issues there. What else? You know, there's just not a whole lot, and anything else that I've dealt with, it was either neglect or just really high mileage. Okay, calipers stuck sometimes, but if you're talking about 400,000 or 500,000 miles on the truck, those things should probably get swapped out every 300,000. That's how we learned that one. You know what I mean? Just besides regular wear and tear, there's not a whole lot to it. Now the 5th gens, 19s and 20s, you know, you could deal with them. They're an improved 4th gen. It's not just, oh, it's a 4th gen. No, their cabs are the same, but they're not. You know, insulation's much better. Sound deadening. Well, you're gonna say, Paul, that's just insulation. No, it's just a simple thing as laminated windows on the 5th gen, right? They're quieter. They're better. 5th gens are better, but the 4th gens are like the 12 valve. In my opinion, the 4th gens are going to go down in history as one of the best generation for 6.7s. I hope whatever Ram has up their sleeve is good, because they got some big shoes to fill. You know, with GM coming out with their interior, GM was always on the back burner. Now they're the front line with their interior. Heck, they put massage seats in a pickup truck. Any of you guys know me. I bought a Platinum Escalade because of massage seats. I love me my cozy seats. The seats are very important. If you spend some time in that truck, you're gonna definitely not mind paying a premium for some seats, right? So Ford had those massage seats, got rid of them, but GM's massage seats and the ability for the Ultimate, what is it called, Denali Ultimate, definitely leaps and bounds ahead of Ram and Ford at the current moment. Yes, Ford's dash is better than their previous, but they never took that huge leap like GM just did. So Ram, I really hope you got something up your sleeve to impress us. If you care at all, you know, you got a customer here that really loves some massage seats in his pickup. It's okay if you got to get a limited. I get it. It's only a limited thing. And don't you worry, I always just bought limiteds for my personal rig. So, anywho's, guys, I gotta share a couple videos with you guys. I've been failing to keep you all updated experience with Ram. Kind of got on the topic here with Ram. Experience with Ram, how they took care of me with those 5th gens, and how the dealership dealt with it. I promise I'll keep you all updated. Not a sole, you know, like per truck case, but I'm talking an overall case. I got a lot of good things to share. It's been a rough road, but that's a video for another time. What have I told you so far? Okay, Paul likes his 4th gens more than 5ths. No, 4th gens. Every 4th gen that I have, I expect it to go north of 500. Every 5th gen I have, I'm happy to see 300,000, right? I got 119 with north of 300 on it, and then a couple 20s with mid 200s on them, and then 22s. All but one has had engine issues. If you don't know about it, just go look at a few of my videos. I spoke about them directly, and I explained step by step what you're going to experience. Once in a while, I'm starting to have people text me or call me, "Hey Paul, does this mean my engine's failing? Hey Paul, does that mean my engine's failing?" Guys, it's pretty simple. Frequent regens, and then your engine starts bucking at very light throttle, and then shortly after that, it's going to have a hard time idling on a cold start, or significantly poor idle, really poor idle on a cold start, and that's your final straw on that engine. Better park it before it throws a rod. And the reason I say it throws a rod, because of the rockers, you know, that controls the valves. I can see a few things going south there. You know, the valves kind of touch with cylinders, and then cylinders are attached to the rods, or rods attached to the cylinders. You guys know what I'm saying. So, given that experience, it's been a dark, rough ride for me. But I'm gonna tell you right now, Ram has done me right. Ram has took care of us to the best of their ability. Short of giving us brand new trucks, Ram has stepped up to the plate, took care of us. So has Dishman. As I said, I'll do that in another video. I'll talk about more detail and share my expectation of the dealer and what they actually did. They exceeded that, and then what I was hoping Ram would do, Ram did it. They did 1-to-1. They didn't exceed, but they definitely didn't fall short. It was a lengthy ride. It was quite the battle, but they've done us right. Just wanted to throw that out there. Anyways, I want to conclude this video with a very important matter that a lot of people, you know, are facing this. Very few of them actually, like, straight up have called and asked about it. But if you're a one-man show and you're in the market for a truck and you can get your hands on a late 4th gen, you know, I favor the 16s through 18s. Not necessarily anything wrong with 14s. Like my personal truck right here is a 14. Absolutely love it. I would not sell a 14 to get an 18 in this case. But anyways, if you're a one-man show, I highly advise you to get that 18 if you get your hands on it, and go to trucking, because those 5th gens are questionable. I mean, the latest ones is tranny going south, you know, those snap rings or something of that nature. But you know, I've been dealing with engines. I have 120. Well, actually, I have two 2020s that when they start, they just don't. Okay, hold on a second. Scratch it. I got one 2020 that it just doesn't sound 100. You know, there's a lazy lifter somewhere. I got to dig into it. I've been dreading and dragging my feet. It hasn't necessarily gotten worse, but it just kind of feel like a lifter failed on a small portion. Just kind of got stuck there. I'll keep y'all posted on that one as well. I'm gonna try to use some product. Man, I better stay focused on this one. One-man show, guys. Stick to a late 4th gen, because these 5th gens, they're rusher late. You know, some of mine are decently fine. Other ones are blowing up, and the 3rd one is somewhere in the middle. But if you rely on your truck day in and day out, and you want a truck for the long run, definitely go for the 4th gen. That's the best way I can put it. When your livelihood's on the line, stick to the 4th gen. let's see what Ram has in store with their new truck. I mean, they're the last ones, right? Ford released theirs, GM released theirs, now Ram needs to release theirs. They better pack a punch, because GM, as I said, took the lead with the interior. Y'all gonna scream about, you know, numbers and stuff like that. Yeah, you know, Ford is leaps and bounds ahead on their numbers, but it all comes down when those tires meet the pavement. How does it feel? How does it pull? How does it transpire? How does it go? You know what I mean? Why am I so happy with this fifth gen? With this fourth gen? Because it's set up just for what I need, exactly what I need. I can't ask more out of this truck. Here. While I'm, let me go over the bend. I gotta get the phone. Here, I'll go around the turn. Then I'll show you the specs, or what I mean by specs, numbers. You know, the gas mileage, the power. This thing rarely downshifts. Look at the RPM. Here, let me come across this corner. We'll share the RPM and the fuel mileage. That's decently straight. Alright. So, if you look at it, right, it's towing just fine, 1500. It has all the power it needs, slight incline, no big deal. But I wanted to share with you is, look at that mileage, 12.9. No, I'm not just driving empty. There's a pickup back there. I got a lot of catching up today. I'll keep y'all updated on that one. Driver said it bucked for about, well, like, stuttered, misfire, whatever you want to call it, for about 10 seconds and shut off. Seems like a mechanical fuel delivery issue. He wasn't able to restart it, so that's what's the deal with that truck. But I hauled the truck out, hauling the truck in. 100% of this mileage is loaded with the gooseneck and a truck on the gooseneck. Not the heaviest load, but there's a lot of turns and rolling hills. This is not your ideal gas mileage run, you know. And for it to hang in the high 12s, low 13s is phenomenal. Just phenomenal. You know, a little bit of city driving, mostly highway, but quite a bit of town driving, because like you coming in and out of these towns don't help. But for the power that this vehicle has and the fuel mileage that it can generate and deliver, what more can you ask? I can't. I just can't ask more, right? Fifth gen, my long-time viewers know that I had, not that long ago, but, you know, I had a mega cab. You know, the mega cab would get, the mega cab wasn't bad. But I would expect to make a cab to get about 3/4 to a mile to the gallon less, right? And why is that? You know, it has the 373s. It has the favored rear end. This thing has 342s, and I'm happy with it. You know, at first 342s were a downer for me, but more and more I run these trucks, the more I realize 342s, 355s are perfect gear ratio for what I need. You know, majority of the time, I don't need those steep grades, so averaging it out, it's a good ratio to have. Anyways, fellas, that's it. Oh, look at that view. This is phenomenal. Let me know in the comment section what more you guys want to know. I know this video wasn't for everyone, but just to throw more info out there. From time to time, we'll have that phone call. Hey, Paul, 4th gen or 5th gen? Why? I'm telling you, A, my experience is much better, and I'm telling you that 4th gens never had failing engines. 4th gens never had weird idles, you know. Up until recently, I never dug into a 4th gen of my own as far as the engine goes. Hell, this thing still has the OEM manifold, OEM turbo. At 500,000, I did a transmission. I mean, I tortured this thing for the first 150,000. There's a good reason why. I buy the latest and greatest. I test everything I want to test on them, and then whatever feel is needed on my work trucks, I put those parts on my work trucks. You best believe if I continue staying in business and decide to keep going with this hot shotting thing, pretty rough right now. No, I'm not shutting down, don't worry. I'm just saying it's rough out there. But if I'm going to continue doing business, you best believe, before I buy fleet vehicles, I'm going to personally buy that vehicle and test it myself. So, this is the guinea pig. It was the guinea pig back in 14. Anyways, fellas, as always, may the Lord bless you. May you all mighty fine day, and let me know what else else you want to know? And I honest to God, I'll do my best to do these videos, but I know it's just a bunch of excuses, but I promise I'll do my best to keep y'all posted. Believe me, there's a lot we got to talk about, and there's a lot I can share with you guys. Just let me know in the comment section. As always, thank you for your support, guys. The more you watch, the more you support, the more I'm inclined to post these videos. That's where it all started. I was curious one day, I posted a video, came back, there's a bunch of views and comments. I'm like, well, people want to know. I'll just keep sharing until they don't want to know, and we'll shut it down. Anyways, God bless you. Bye.